Where I need to stand. You can see me. Okay. All right. We're going to go ahead and get started back. I'd like to extend a special welcome to our friends virtually, and I'll get out of the way in just a second. Most of you guys know that CORE is funded through Investing in Innovation grant with the Department of Homeland Security, or Homeland Security Education. Sorry, I don't have them on my mind today. And that grant, through that grant, we work with schools in Georgia, Louisiana, Texas, and Alabama. And some of those schools are going to join us. 2 schools are going to join us virtually before we have lunch. And this is in Woodville High School. Special welcome to Mr. Darwin and his team. Can you hear us? Can they hear us? Yes. Okay. We've got some feedback. Are you guys all together, Lucinda?
Yes.
Okay. I need to pump this up, maybe.
Do we each need a computer?
No. I was just trying to figure out where the feedback was coming from.
That's probably it, because we have like 6 or 8 computers in here going.
Okay. All right. Are your cameras on? We need some to be on so we can see you.
I have start video.
Let's mute everybody but Lucinda and see if that takes care of it.
Okay, here I am. You see me?
Yes, I do. Okay. I was looking at Amanda. Okay. We have your presentation and we can control it for you, but we're going to make you the presenter, right, Nick? And then, do you have that up, Lucinda?
My presentation, our presentation.
Or we can load it up for you and control it here.
Well, we weren't for certain how. I knew that we had sent it to y'all.
Okay.
We didn't know how we were going to present. How it's kind of.
What we'll do is we'll load it up here, and then we'll you guys can tell us when to go to the next slide. That's probably easier.
Okay.
Okay. Give us just a second to get it going. We appreciate you guys being with us today. Perfect. Okay. Well, welcome, Woodville High School, and we'll turn it over to them. Thank you.
Well, thank y'all for having us today, and we're excited to be a part of this. Looking forward to everything going forward to see what we can do to use this grant to help our students and our staff and our school as a whole. We are from Woodville High School.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. This is Lynn. We can't hear you on our end. I know it's us. We're going to put a microphone near the speaker.
Okay.
All right. Maybe this is better. Try to speak now, please.
Test one.
I think that's better. It's still not as good as I want it to be. I don't know what's going on. Okay, y'all go ahead.
Okay. Like I said, we're from Woodville High School, Jackson County School District, Northeast Alabama. Our title slide, if you want to go ahead and go to the next slide. Our title of our presentation is Providing Today's Students Tomorrow's Tools. Currently at Woodville High School, we are not on a one-to-one initiative. If you want to go on to the next slide, we'll kind of get in here. First, let's talk about the vision, what we're looking with this grant. We're looking to become the leader in technology in the Jackson County school system. We are a low-income area. This grant, with the $25,000, helps us tremendously in going forward. We want to give our students the best opportunity they can to be successful, whether it be college or career ready. And we want to use this grant so that the students can produce meaningful work. As a faculty, we want to provide feedback much more quickly and efficiently through the use of these different technological tools that we're going to implement. We also want to see an increase in the productivity of our students and faculty, especially when it comes to grades and test scores, the understanding of the material learned in the class. And our ultimate goal is prepare our students for the future. And like I said earlier, whether it's career-based or a college-based path, whichever one they choose. Go on to the next slide. These are our teachers that are part of the staff. Miss Lucinda Woodall is our tech coordinator. Amanda Peak, the math coordinator. Amy Lack is not here today. She is our ELA coordinator. Robin Shelton is over the science. Jonathan Parsons, social studies. Candace Ledford, the career tech coordinator. And then myself, I am the principal here at Woodville School. Go on to the next slide. Some of our demographics, we have about 520 students in a pre-K through 12 setting. We cover a large geographical area. We take in students from the Woodville area, Paint Rock, Trenton, Limrock, Aspel, and Larkinsville communities. During this past year, we had another school in Jackson County that actually closed. So we absorbed students from that school as well. In our high school 7 through 12 grades, we have about 215, 220 kids. Pre-K through 12, we have 40 faculty members. And as far as just some more of the demographics as our students go, about 70% of our kids qualify for free and reduced lunch. We do qualify as a community school where every student here is offered the opportunity for a free lunch and free breakfast. Go on to the next slide, please. Currently here at Woodville, we have 3 computer labs. We have one here in the library, and then we have one that is set up with desktops in the high school building and one set up with a laptop. We have a couple of mobile carts with laptops and Chromebooks that we purchased back earlier in the year. Students are allowed to bring their own devices, and the teachers take, they take the opportunity to use those in the class. One thing that our district is doing, and we found out after we got the core grant, we are going to a one-to-one initiative next year with Chromebooks for our students in grades pre-K or K through 12. We offer smart boards in the classroom. Miss Shelton currently has one 3D printer that she received through a partnership with UAH. But that's kind of the gist of our technology right now. We are going through with right now we're working with Google on doing some things, and Miss Woodall is leading some professional development in that area as well. She's right now currently doing 6 different 30-minute presentations, and that's going to help us out with the use of these Chromebooks. If you can go on to the next slide, please. All right, as far as professional development, we're wanting to implement PLCs at our school. And one thing that I have to work on is being able to afford our team members and our faculty members time to meet and to work on building those PLCs so that we can learn about new software, new applications, new programs to help our students. In doing this Google work so far, I've already seen the benefits of that with teachers coming in and trying new things in their classroom just in the last couple of months. Some of our teachers have talked about implementing the apps and software that have been introduced to them through the core program. We are always going to strive to be lifelong learners, creating more authentic learning experiences for our kids, things that are going to be able to apply in the real world. I was actually in Miss Peak's classroom yesterday, and, we were talking about real life applications of things that she was doing in the math classroom that the kids understand, hey, this is why we're doing it. And that's what we want to provide to our students. continuing on that with professional development. We need to set goals and evaluate those goals to see where we are at and continue on the path to reach those goals. You want to go on to the next slide, please? I talked a minute ago about the one-to-one initiative that we've set up as a county. Like I said, Ms. Woodall is going through the 6 30-minute sessions, Chromebook basics, Google Apps and extensions, digital assessments, Google Classroom, and device management. This year, our county also hired a countywide tech coach, tech coordinator. She comes by periodically and goes through many professional development with teachers. She has been a great asset. She gets in the classroom and helps the teachers, answers questions, gives them ideas. And that's been a big bonus for our county. One thing that we're looking at definitely taking advantage, Google has begun development on a data center here in Jackson County. It's located about 35 miles from Woodville High School. We're looking definitely at the monetary benefit from workforce development, but we're also looking at partnerships that we can develop with Google to help us going forward, especially with the one-to-one initiative and with the benefits that CORE is bringing to us with the $25,000 that we were given. Definitely looking at that partnership to move our students forward. And our hopes are that our kids are going to get this experience and be exposed to these different things that we're providing them through CORE and through other initiatives, and maybe they go and get one of those high-paying jobs that the Google data center will eventually establish here in Jackson County. Additionally, we received training from Alabama A&M. They're our regional in-service center. Alabama A&M is located about 25 miles from here. We have a couple of ladies that come over and do training with us. We've also, Miss Peak is partnered with UAH, which again is about 25, 30 miles away in Huntsville, doing a lot of work with them and providing professional development, providing labs and different things for our students. I believe they actually are in her class right now doing some presentations. We're in a unique spot being so close to Huntsville, so close to the technology center of not only Alabama, but the Southeast United States, that we have these opportunities to work with UAH, work with Alabama A&M, work with some of these local companies to help our students. Go on to the next slide, please. Long-range goals. Last week, our team met, and they were talking about authentic learning activities with some of our local companies. And some of these names may not be familiar to you around the state or wherever you may be today. Most of us have probably heard of Unclaimed Baggage. It's about 15 miles away in Scottsboro. We want to get students into businesses like that. And Allison Wholesale, which is a local company here, the gentleman that owns that, his kids go to school here. Get them in there and let them learn authentic use of technology through math and working with those companies. Miss Lack, who is not here today, she has worked a grant and a partnership with PBS, where they're actually using multimedia, doing multimedia presentations, working on different types of video editing. Hudson Alpha over in Huntsville, genetic engineering. Miss Shelton has taken a field trip over there this year. And then once again, UAH, the Missile Defense Agencies in Huntsville, we're looking at providing our students with opportunities to work with these groups to learn more about the authentic, real life applications of what we're doing. Mr. Parsons, we've talked about Mr. Parsons implementing a digital literacy program for our students. We all know how important that is in today's time. Some of the other long-range goals, talking about purchasing WeVideo or Adobe Spark for video editing. We have some students here that do daily news broadcast. anything that may, once again, expose them to new things. Go on to the next slide, please. Programs that we're looking at purchasing for active classroom participation, and the key word there is active. You know, we don't want these kids just to get these programs and just sit there like a knot on a log. We want them to actively participate in the classroom. Pear Deck, Quizlet, Flipgrid, Kahoot, Seesaw. The students enjoy them. The teachers enjoy them because they see the kids benefiting from these types of activities. The kids enjoy it because they almost forget they're at school, but they're still learning. One of our main things we're looking at is increasing our ACT scores. I know not every student is going to college, but for those that are, the ACT opens up a lot of possibilities and a lot of financial possibilities for students that may not be able to afford college. And this is one of our goals, is to introduce these things to the students and give them the opportunities to do as well on these standardized tests as possible. Also looking at increasing STEM opportunities for our students. Apologize for that. And one of the big ones, increase the percentage of our students who are college and career ready. When they graduate here, we want them to be able to go out, go to the college of their choice, or go into a profession or a career that they have chosen through, whether it be the tech school or whatever career path they have chosen. And that's our ultimate goal. And then, you know, if they're college and career ready, they're going to be productive citizens of our community, our county, and our state. And everybody, it's a win-win when we look at that. And I believe that sort of gets us to the end of our long-range goals. I think that may be the last slide.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Mr. Darwin, to you and your team. Does anyone have any questions about what they're doing there at Woodville High School? I think one thing that, you know, I I grew up in Ohatchee, so I'm very familiar with the rural aspect of Alabama, but, you know, there's a theme, a rural theme that, you know, we're all trying to improve our situations for our kids in the K-12 arena. So any questions for Mr. Darwin? All right. Well, thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, we want to tell y'all thanks once again for letting us be a part of this.
Absolutely.
We wasn't really for sure what was going on. I think we're the first school, so we were kind of the guinea pigs. So
you are, and you guys did great. Thank you for your patience with us getting all this.
We appreciate it.
Appreciate you. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we have another school that's going to come online in about 15 minutes.